Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today cracking into some more Lambic from Boerenerf in Belgium that I got from Boerenerf. So thanks a ton to Boerenerf for the Lambic. They're kind enough to send me a care package. This is the last bottle I have left, and this is a bottle of their 2024 season Pescharina, which is a blend of 1 and 2 year Lambic that's conditioned on peaches and nectarines from Italy. And I think they might be from Verona because it says Pesca di Verona on the label. And they use a lot of Italian things. Like, I think they use Amarone barrels, and I think they've used Italian grapes? They've used some Italian things at least from the past, but also like Alsatian. They did an Alsace series of grape lambics where I think they actually fermented a grape wine themselves and blended with the lambic, which is actually a really good idea because then you can try and get the level right with blending as you do in lambic already. So, and the level, I mean balance. So it's 6.2% alcohol. Pretty much what I said. It says each variety of fruit is blended separately with lambic and then macerated for months. So they've had like a barrel of nectarine maceration and a barrel of this and that, like all the different fruits before blending these different barrels together. So looking forward to this one. I think so far Boerenerf has been really nice. So let's check this one out. Pours a slightly hazy golden orange color. It looks similar to the likes of a Fufun or something like that. It's got that haze to it as well, which is interesting. It looked fairly clear because it's been standing. I know it says to cellar it upright or on the side, but I'm actually doing it upright. That means once in a while you have to wet the corks on the lambics. But yeah, this looks great. Whitehead, let's check out the aroma, and thanks to Boerenerf for the lambic. Wow. That smells fucking awesome. It smells like juicy white peaches. Holy hell. So fleshy and dripping juicy. Like, man. It's definitely a different aroma than Fufun because it's apricot. This is, apricots are a little bit similar and so are like apricot, peach, nectarine. They're somewhat similar, but I think especially peaches have a slightly more bright kind of feel to them. I feel like the others are a little bit more heavy on the flavor and like almost like a creamy brightness or something, like peach flesh, especially white peach. This is making my saliva just gush all over my mouth. White peaches are like, when they're ripe, they have like almost like a creamy texture sometimes. Smells fucking awesome. This is one of the best smelling fruit lambics I've had in a long time. And I've always like been an advocate of drinking, especially stone fruit lambics, really fresh because they're so awesomely jammy, and with age they can get quite sour, in my experience. But then I had a bottle of 16 a few years ago for Fufun. Or was it 18? And it was fucking amazing. So who knows? It depends on the blend and the cellaring conditions, I guess. But this smells really good. I mean, it's all fruit. There's next to no, like there's some oakiness, but I'm not really smelling much like funkiness or anything. Maybe now that I think of it, a little bit of a lambic underneath, but it's full on fruit, but my saliva is just going nuts. So let's try it. Cheers, and thanks again, Boerenerf. Ooh. Ooh. It's not like overbearingly sour. It's been a while since I had a fruit lambic, especially one with stone fruit. So like, you always got to be a little bit prepared. And I think with these, often the first sip is like, ooh, that's sharp in the acidity. And it is. It's almost a bit like, because it's sharp in the acidity, the aroma indicates this overripe peach. The acidity makes the beer a little bit snappy almost, like as if you bite into an underripe nectarine or peach, where it's like a bit like, you can feel it has a crunch to it, kind of like an apple. You almost get something like that. Second sip, my palate already adjusted. Yeah, there's like some greenness to it almost. Almost like a little bit of an underripe note. I wonder if that's the lambic that makes it seem like this, because the nose is making my saliva really go. The nose just screams like beautiful, juicy stone fruits. I'm getting a little bit of that green vibe now too. It's really good though. Really bright, snappy, intense stone fruit character. White peach, snappy, unripe peach or nectarine a little bit with that thing. A little bit of an apple, sour apple note, lemon skin, drying lemon skin. A little bit of drying oak, slight tannin, super soft, not much. Next to no funk. The drink's really, really young, but vibrantly fruity. Like if you love the fruit character on the aromas of these and also flavors, like this is really fun to drink young because it explodes. But I think having tried their goose, they definitely, and also the cognac barrel aged, was that a goose as well? I think their gooses definitely do have some funk to them. It's just often with fruited lambic when they're young, the funk is a bit more soft, but it also depends on the blend. I've definitely had some fruit lambics where the funk has really shown, and I think it also depends on the fruit a little bit. Sometimes with stone fruits, it's a little bit different. I think that when they're young, they're often like this. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's funny though, like it seems so acidic in the first sip. It's not too bad now. I'd say it's like medium high. It's not like high acidity, but this is where I'm like this. It shouldn't be more acidic than this for my personal preference, because I'm getting further and further away from really, really sour beer. Just like I'm almost also starting to get away from like the overly crazily hopped hazies now. It's like, man, I'm just becoming an old man in beer. Well, I've also been into beer since I was 16, 17. So it had to change, you know, all this more is more at some point. But I think this is really good. It's not like blowing, the aroma blew me away. Like the aroma was one of the best aromas I've had on a stone fruit lambic in a long time. But the flavor, acidity, snappiness, and all that pulls it a little bit down because that fleshy, juicy peach nose is out of this world. It's like great. There's also a little bit of a vinous characteristic to it, like white wine, but really good. They make some nice stuff. I think it's a producer that'll be fun to follow. And again, the producer that is doing this, Boerenerf, is the family that used to do Island Bush. So it is an old player that's back in the game, you can kind of say. But yeah, this is nice in terms of a grade for Pescharina by Boerenerf. I'm drinking it really fast. It seems like there's a little bit of a vinegary sourness to it going down. It's not loads, it's just light with a lot of lactic sourness. That's the big thing. I think straight 90. I think for me to like this more, this acidity should be a little bit toned down, and I'd love that the aroma would carry through with the flavor a bit more. But maybe it's just a question of this having to sit in the bottle for just a little bit longer. I mean, this says 24, so I'm guessing, when did they bottle this? Yeah, they bottled it this year. So it's been macerating in the fruit. So it's fruit from the 23 harvest, I guess. And then sitting in the bottle since the 1st of January, 9th of January this year. So it's very, very young. So that could be maybe the reason. Well, we're getting close to a year in the bottle now, actually. I wonder if it was more juicy when it was just released, actually. Not necessarily because it needs to be, but it'll be fun to know. But yeah, really nice. Another nice blend from Boerenerf. So if you guys had a chance to try Pescharina, let me know what you thought of it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And thanks to Boerenerf for the beer and Lambic. And I want to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.